Yo, what's going on YouTube? This your boy Kamen Spike back again once again today, people. Today we are for number 1 Sentai Gozyuger episode 5, and in this episode we get the debut of Goju Unicorn. Finally, after all this time, after episode 5, we finally get our main female Sentai in this episode, and she is on a mission. Old girl is on a mission to get her little sister back, or at least to find out what happened to her sister. Her little sister Otto has been missing for like at least 8 years right now, and she doesn't know how to find her, and she's basically working with the prime minister just to find someone, basically to find someone or some kind of leads or anything that will pertain to her, her sister being missing. And since the little girl has been missing for 8 years, she's basically tracking down all kinds of people who were involved in that case. Anybody that basically testified or anybody that was involved in any sort of way. She is basically tracking down these people, trying to get any sort of leads that she can get. And she only has one lead on this person. She only has one lead on who the kidnapper is, and she says they have gray eyes, but we'll get back to that. Our monster of the week in this episode is a number 1 meddling monster. Basically this monster is really good at meddling and getting in other people's builtness, but also we see that Unicorn, she ends up going to the rest of the team, and she ends up going to the rest of the guys and basically saying that, yeah, I want to join you guys' team and stuff. We can all like collect the rings and stuff. And yeah, she wants to collect the rings, and really we don't 100% know like what collecting the rings will really do. Also, we saw that the prime minister did end up giving, since at this point in time she can't engage, he ends up giving her the Ryu Soldier ring, just for her to use as any sort of protection if she needs it in any way. But we end up seeing that a new No.1 monster is created, and since he's like some kind of like snail, or some type of, it's not a hermit crab, but some kind of snail or a sea snail. And yeah, he's really good at like meddling and getting in people's builtness, and then he ends up getting into a meddling battle with everybody else. And since everybody else ends up basically failing to do this battle with him, Unicorn basically takes this chance. She takes this opportunity to steal all the boys' rings. Ends up stealing all their rings, and then the only one they're able to go after her is Red, because all she did with him was just spray something in his face. But since she wants all those rings and whatever. Well, she basically takes all their rings, and she ends up helping this child at the end of the street and things like that. And we see that Red ends up seeing that and stuff, and she's trying to act tough like the whole episode. And yeah, she's trying to be like act tough throughout the whole episode and stuff like that. Like she's basically, it's like she's sort of like a master manipulator. Like she's really good at hiding who she really is or how she really feels, while also having the power to like read minds and also make like predictions and stuff like that. We see it later on in the episode when she actually fights, but Red is able to convince her that, hey, this isn't the right choice and whatever. And we see that the monster is able to try and manipulate her into killing Goju Wolf, because he has like the little veil thing that her sister used to wear. The little veil tiara kind of thing that her little sister used to wear, and he basically says that it's got loads of evidence and fingerprints and stuff all over it that you could find out like who basically touched it and things like that. So yeah, but she essentially decides not to kill Goju Wolf, and he does end up burning the little veil. But that's when our fight ends up breaking out, and she ends up giving the rings back to everyone. Everybody ends up getting their rings back, and we get the debut of Goju Eagle's mech in this episode, and they get done with the mech fight real quick, fast, in a hurry. Like they end up like we see that the old man is able to take down this monster real quick. Like they just went on ahead and got the whole mech fight and the whole like his mech like debut like over it real quick. So But yeah, we see that Unicorn gets to this heated battle with the freaking meddling monster. We see that she's also able to like see into the future. She's able to see like somewhat a few seconds of stuff into the future, and she's able to like move out of the way of a lot of his moves and things like that. And she's also able to like read minds and stuff. Like she got some hacks. Like she got some hacks, and I like that. But yeah, so she ends up while she's fighting him, she ends up defeating him, and she also ends up saving the dude that he ended up possessing, which was one of the guys that she was going on like a fake date with, because there were these two guys that she basically had like a fake date with just to get information out of them about her sister. But yeah, ends up saving him, and everybody kind of goes back. Everybody ends up going back to the home and things like that. And she basically says that, yeah, I may have like defeated him and stuff, and yeah, I may have been able to join the team and possibly got some leads on my sister, but at the same time, I still want revenge. I still want to find the dude that kidnapped my sister, and that person has gray eyes, and that is the number one like thing that number one thing that'll let her know that that's the person, that's the kidnapper that she's looking for. And turns out Goju Blue used to have gray eyes, because we see that he's actually giving out autographs to like a few of his old fans, and they're like, oh my god, he's like, I can't believe you girls actually were able to save merch. I can't believe you girls are actually able to save merch from that far, that long ago. There weren't even that many of them made. And then, you know, it sees like this old picture of him, but he had gray eyes in this picture, but him right now doesn't have gray eyes. So that's most likely going to be a big thing going down the line. I personally don't think that it's him. I personally think it's somebody else. I think it's a red herring. Like this whole thing with like Blue, like it's stuff going on in Blue's background. It's just like, hey, maybe he's not human, maybe he's an alien, maybe they were contacts, we don't know. But other than that, we're gonna find out who kidnapped this girl's little sister way down the line, probably. And maybe her sister will show up again in this series somewhere, because it has been 8 years, so most likely this little girl has grown up. But yeah, next episode seems like the Prime Minister is going to be like the main, I guess maybe he'll be like the main problem in the next episode, especially since like a lot of people don't think he's gonna make it. That I feel like we're either gonna beat him in the next episode, or probably gonna beat him maybe episode 10. But other than that, man, this episode's cool. I'm glad we finally got the full team here again, and they got some stuff that they got some goals between everybody. But yeah, what do you guys think about the whole gray eye situation? What do you guys think about Goju Unicorn as a whole? What do you think about the whole team finally being together? Other than that, I'm gonna see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and remember, as I always say, stay henshin.